our cooking class tonight. Aisha and myself are going to be cooking some traditional Malaysian dishes for you. I myself have not cooked these dishes before. I have cooked one, but they are very simple and easy to do with the Thermomix. So I'm going to be showing you how simple it is even if you haven't done it before. And Aisha is going to show you what she cooks all the time, and she's very comfortable cooking. So you'll be able to hear from both of us. So I am the Business Development Manager for the Thrive Thermomix branch. For those I haven't met before, there's a few of you on that I haven't seen before. Hopefully if you're on a computer, you should be able to see 3 screens spotlit. We're the 3 that will be showing you the cooking tonight. If not, just make sure you're swiping. It'll be Aisha. She's got her dish in her name, which is nasi lemak. And I'm going to be doing 2 other dishes. I'm going to share the links to those in the chat as we cook along, so you can see what we're cooking and you can make them for yourself as well. They're all cookie-do dishes, so it's nice and simple for you to follow along. But I'm very excited to get started. So Aisha, you're going to kick us off, aren't you? Do you want to introduce yourself as well? I'm going to mute myself while you do that.
Yeah, thank you so much, Hannah. First of all, thank you so much, Hannah, because joining me cooking tonight. I really appreciate it. My name is Aisha. I'm from Thrive branch, and in a new theme, we call ourselves the Spice Mix. And today I'm going to showcase to you our very common or traditional Malaysian food. It's called nasi lemak. And with me today, I have 2 Thermomix going to go together. So with nasi lemak, essentially nasi lemak means coconut rice. So if you haven't seen it before or haven't tried it, have a go. It's on Cookie-Do. So it has a couple of components, but the main components are the rice. We call it the nasi lemak, the coconut rice, and the sambal, so the gravy. So I'm gonna cook the sambal first on this Thermomix, and then onto the rice, which is very easy, simultaneously. So I think I just kicked off with my sambal. So this is the sambal for nasi lemak. I'll simply follow whatever in the Cookie-Do. I have my own recipe, but it's more or less the same. So for this show, I just follow the Cookie-Do, and I believe it tastes amazing as well. So I just simply skip to, if you can swipe, if you're watching through your phone, maybe you can swipe to the next screen, which is the one that I set up facing my Thermomix here. So the main ingredient is the dried chili here. I've already de-seed this, and it's pretty easy with Thermomix. I chuck in it for 10-second speed, 5.5 maybe. So it de-seeds itself, and then I simply pick up the chili and just throw the seed away. Anyway, place in the chili, and then garlic, and then shallot. So I essentially use this red onion. And
when it says shallot, Aisha, does it mean any type of onion? Does it matter what type of onion you use?
I'm using red onion.
But like,
is that what you're asking?
The flavor?
Sorry, can you say that again?
Will that change the flavor at all?
The red onion you meant? Well, sorry, Hannah. Sorry, what is that?
Sorry, it mustn't be working very well. Yeah, just like, because is a shallot the little brown ones? Is that what normally a shallot would be?
In our recipe, shallot is always a small red onion. So over here it's difficult for us to find that. So I normally substitute with this red onion. I think it won't. I sometimes swap whatever I have in my pantry. So sometimes I use the brown onion, sometimes I use this onion, as long as it's onion, I suppose.
Thank you.
No worries. And then we simply chop them. Finely. Right. There you go. You can see. For us Malaysian, I mean, the first thing that really sold on me about Thermomix is this, making sambal. Because traditionally making sambal is very messy, very tedious, but with Thermomix it makes things, you know, so easy that I can make it every day. I'll just add a little bit more of cooking oil there. And sorry, it says that adding some soy sauce, so 20 grams. So 20 grams of soy sauce. That'll do. Oops. Sugar. Lots of sugar. Salt. And tamarind water. This is essentially tamarind paste that I dilute with some water. And bit. And cook them. Okay, so that's my sambal. And over here, I'm going to bring you to my other Thermomix. We're going to make the rice. So I've already washed some rice. Let's start cooking them. So I've already done this. All right, add in water. And then, so based on the cookie dough, it says to add everything in there. But what I'm going to do is I'll just add in the simmering basket that has the rice in it, and I follow the next step. So the next step I put in is coconut milk, or coconut cream. I prefer coconut cream. Sorry. All right, and then we put in everything, the rest of the ingredients. So it's basically all the thing that make it so enhance the flavor of the coconut and the rice. So what I have here is some some red onions, some ginger, some lemongrass, and pandan leaf, easily available on any Asian shop, and some salt. Put that in, and we're gonna cook them very quick. It'll take around 15, 16 minutes. And while we're there, we're just gonna simmer, as in, what do we call this? Steam the egg as well. So this egg we're going to serve together with the rice, with the nasi lemak. So there we go. Just click on start. So that's nasi lemak. That's the rice cooking here, and my sambal is cooking on the other. I'll pass the next part to Hannah. To cooking something it's very, very delicious as well. So on to you, Hannah. I'll mute myself.
All right, you call me back when you're ready for me. So tonight I'm cooking, now I think you might need to say the name though, Aisha. It's a stir-fried chicken with turmeric, but it's called ayam goreng kuniti.
Yeah, so ayam means chicken.
Yep.
Goreng is stir-fried, and kunyit is turmeric. So
excellent. There you go. So it's
literal
really translation. Fantastic. Okay, so my dish is really simple actually. I need that on to start with. So all I'm going to do is go into my recipe. I've got it in my weekly plan. So for those of you who use the weekly plan, you can easily use it that way. Otherwise, you could have looked it up on your screen. So I'm going to start cooking. And the first thing we need to do is put a bowl on the lid. Now, I do already have my chicken chopped up into about 4 centimetre cubes and placed on the lid. It asks for chicken leg, boneless chicken leg. So I'm just using chicken thigh. Yep, good. I'm getting a nod there. So I've got that ready to go. The next thing it wants is a teaspoon of salt and then half a teaspoon of turmeric. So I've just got them in a nice little bowl here. Look at that. I love the colour of turmeric. It's so bright and vibrant. So I'm going to sprinkle that across the top and then use a spoon to mix it all together. And that's just going to sit for a little bit while I do everything else. So we'll just mix that through there, sort of getting it a little bit of marinating time, but you don't give it too much time. So it'll just be here for a few minutes while we get everything else done. Like so. It smells delicious already, that turmeric. I don't know, I guess in winter particularly, it makes me feel like it's going to stop me from getting a cold. So it's always positive. So I'll pop that there, ready to go. Set that aside, and then we'll get started. Whoops. Already forgotten to get my oil out. Okay, so this is a stir fry. So we're going to stir fry in our Thermomix. I'm going to add 30 grams of oil, like so. And then add some ingredients in. Let's see what we're going to add in. 4 garlic cloves, thinly sliced. So for the first time in such a long time, I did thinly slice these as the recipe said. I think you could probably chop them up in your Thermomix. So
exactly. Yeah.
10 seconds on speed 7 will get you chopped garlic, but sometimes I follow the rules, and so there's one of them. Some red chili and some red chili first. Now, I had these in my freezer because I find when I buy chilies, I'll end up with a few and I don't need them all. And so I store them in the freezer and they keep pretty well. They'll go a little bit soggy, but when you're going to cook them and saute them, that's what's going to happen anyway. So it's fine to do that. Just remember you might lose a little bit of flavour when you do freeze your produce in the freezer. We want some green chili as well, so the same thing. I have de-seeded it. It didn't tell me whether to do that or not, but I know when I put these in the freezer, they were quite spicy, so I don't want too much spice tonight. Okay, simply going to put the lid on now, measuring cup in, hit next, and we're going to saute that for 3 minutes. So like many dishes, that's what we start with. We'll always start with sauteing some onion and garlic generally. Today we're starting with the garlic and the chili. In fact, my dish doesn't have any onion tonight, which is interesting. Have you done this one before, Aisha?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
But I normally won't follow the recipe. I'll just chuck in anything I have. Sometimes I don't have garlic. I'll just swap it with onions.
Yeah.
As long as it has some, base. Yeah.
Well, and when I was getting the veggies ready,
any vegetables that we have. Yeah.
I thought the exact same thing when I got the veggies ready. I'm like, you wouldn't have to use these specific veggies. You could use any veggies you like. So I'm just going to jump into Zoom here and quickly switch over and show you on my phone the veggies I'm putting in. Oh, hang on. Switch. This is what I want to do. Okay, so you can currently see up my nose. That's the wrong way. Let's go this way. So I've got some cauliflower and beans. So you could be using any like snow peas and things probably as well, Aisha. And then carrot probably is a staple in many kitchens. You could add some capsicum in, I'm assuming. And you could even use broccoli in there as well. So whichever one you prefer. And up here you can see, oh, maybe not, it's going to be too steamy. Hang on. Everything's sauteing away. It's too steamy for the camera. Smells delicious. Can't have smellogram just yet, so I'm sure that'll be here soon. Right, I'm going to just switch back to the other screen now. Give me 1 second. Okay, excellent. Now, how long does your sambal have to go, Aisha?
Can you say that again?
How long does the sambal have to go?
It'll take around another 2 minutes to add the next ingredient.
Okay, great. I'll have mine on by then, I think. So,
yeah.
Does anyone have any questions yet? I better put the link in for what I'm cooking at the moment. Let me just get that for you. Word and this one. Oh, I just realised I put my link in, not your link before. So the first one is actually my link to what I'm cooking. That's the stir-fried chicken and turmeric. And the one I'm popping in now is Aisha's one. Now, just know on Cookie Do, there's actually 3 nasi lemak. One of them doesn't have the rice. So if you want the rice, make sure you use the link I've popped in there now. Or if you've already got rice cooked and you just want to do the sambal side of it, then you can use that one. Oh, wow. You really are missing out when you don't have smell-o-vision. There we go. So that is all deliciously fried on the bottom there. All right, let's go into my next step. So straight away, we're adding that chicken in. So like I said, it doesn't have a lot of marinating time, but just has that time to colour the chicken and look delicious. Next, measuring cup goes in. And we've just got another few minutes of cooking now. So 3 minutes. I'll hand over to you, Aisha, and you can get ready for your next step. Are you nearly ready for that?
Yep, I guess.
Excellent.
Well, I think I can just stop it. It has another 2 minutes, but I'll just stop it. I'm just gonna show it to you how it's going. That's my sambal. Easy peasy. You can see that's cooked beautifully. The thing about sambal, if how it's normally or how it traditionally cooked, is we have to cook it for a long time on the stove, and you know the stove will get so messy with the oil splatter and stuff. So that's something that really put me off when I'm cooking. With Thermomix, you blend everything in there from the chili and then onion and everything and cook it without any mess. That's just super. Okay, anyhow, the next bit that is included, this is required in the recipe is just adding a little bit of chopped onions. So I add in onions and anchovies. So I've fried these anchovies. Put that in. And we'll continue cooking. There we go. It's actually adding some other elements, which is the onions and the anchovies. Anchovies is really what gives the sambal the taste, and it can simply be changed to anything. So sometimes I put prawn, sometimes I put squid, anything really. It can also be just like that, like without any anchovies. It's basically just the sambal, the gravy. It's perfectly fine. So I have my other teammate here, Balkis. She said that she want to show us some cooking as well. Are you ready, Balkis, to turn on your camera?
Can I do my next step quickly, Aisha?
Yeah, I think I'll pass on to Hannah first, and we'll go to Balkis while she get ready.
So my chicken is basically lightly browned. It's not quite fully cooked yet because it's only had 3 minutes, but it's got that flavour going through it already. And now we're going to add our cauliflower, carrot and beans. So it'll just say add 100 grams of cauliflower, 50 grams of carrot and 100 grams of beans. I personally wouldn't go too much more in the veggie department in this because I do want it to be stir-fried and not, I guess, broiled. So the difference being if you've got more veggies, it'll be more liquid, and then that'll make it sort of have more water in the bowl and it won't give you the same effect. So if you're changing up the veggies, just try and stick to that 200 grams just to kind of keep it happy. Oops. All right, next. Lid goes back on. Honestly, I think this is probably one of the easiest Thermomix dishes I've ever actually prepared or done. So another 4 minutes now, and then I'm going to be done in a minute. So Aisha, back to you. Is Balkis there?
Balkis is here, okay. Let me add you to Spotlight. Can you see Balkis?
I sure can.
Okay. Hello, Balkis.
Hi. Okay. So I can start.
Yes, so Balkis is going to cook kampiong prawn. So I'll share with you the link here. So kampiong prawn is essentially a mix of traditional Malay, Chinese, and Indian cooking. So I mean, a typical flavor of Chinese, Malay, and Indian, because in it we have curry, we have all the sauce, which is just like resembling Chinese cooking, and Malay is essentially the chilies, and so it's a fusion. So in Malaysia we are multiracial country, as Australian as well, but we really embrace each other's food. So in that way, this dish is like like everything in a pot. So Balk is going to show you how easy it is to cook this recipe, and it can be found on Cookie-Do. So yeah, off to you, Balkis.
Oh, okay. So I chose the kampiong prawns. So for the first step, we put 10 gram cooking oil. Just like this. You can use any of brand. For me, I like use the brand rice oil. And then you put the lid. And then switch to one speed. So it's 3 minutes or 120 Celsius, and the speed is 1. So it's like it take 3 minutes. So should I pass to someone first? Aisha?
You're on mute, Aisha.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
3 minutes for the prawn, right?
yeah. And wait for the heating the oil first.
Oh, okay.
Like 3 minutes.
Okay. So we have 2 minutes. Do you want to show anything, Hannah, from your side? Or?
I've got 50 seconds left of my dish. So how about we just, do you want to chat about other Malaysian dishes people might like to try, Aisha?
We have a couple that is, we have a lot actually. I don't know where to start. But maybe one of the traditional one is rendang. If you have heard about it, it's basically coconut gravy with all the flavorsome ingredients such as lemongrass, galangal, ginger, garlic, onion, as usual, chili. And we normally cook it on a special occasion like any celebration, because it traditionally very long to cook. It takes a long time to cook on a stove, obviously, because you have to dry to make sure the coconut is dried up and give you that thick gravy, and that's the traditional way of cooking it. But with Thermomix, it still requires some time, but it's less of hands-on actively cooking it. So that's the part, the plus of it. Another thing that is very commonly cooked, what is it? That's another one, masala squid. Masala squid is has the Indian fusion to it, Indian Malay fusion to it. So it's another yummy recipe as well. Are you done, Balkis, or you're still waiting?
Okay. 20 seconds left.
Okay. Hannah ready? I'm ready as well. I think I'll just show what's happening in my kitchen right here. So sambal is ready. That's my sambal. I'll put on the plate in a bit. My rice is ready. Egg is ready. So that's the steamed egg. And that's the rice. I'll set a plate and I'll show you how it's the final result is. I pass on to Hannah and then we go back to Balkis.
Excellent. So while we're waiting for mine, I've just added mine an extra 2 minutes because the chicken wasn't really quite cooked. So I'm going to do something fun. So I was looking at all the dishes, the Asian, Malaysian dishes tonight and getting very excited. And this one was so simple. And it uses the high heat function of the TM6. So if you do have a TM5 or a TM31, actually I'd love to put in the chat, what model of Thermomix do you have? This one can only be done in the TM6. So I'm going to start cooking. It's going to use the high heat to make some candied almonds. I'm doing candied almonds. So you want some roasted almonds. So I always buy natural almonds and then I just do whatever I need to do with them. So these ones I roasted this afternoon and got them ready. And now I'm going to add my sugar to the bowl. So again, I've got, this was supposed to be caster sugar, but I took it a little bit far. It's probably closer to icing sugar than caster sugar, but I forgot. So 3 seconds on speed 7 or 8 will get you caster sugar. I walked away from the Thermomix. I don't know what I was thinking, but I went, oh, that's 10 seconds. That was a little bit long, but that's okay. With the sugar stages of the Thermomix, you do want to be really close to the accurate measurements because it does require some accuracy so it doesn't muck up. So I'm just adding 50 grams of water to the 100 grams of sugar. Next. I want the splash guard instead. So your splash guard comes with your TM6 and it's designed for our high heat recipes. So that goes on the top and then that just starts heating up. So what happens here on my screen, you can't, let me just swap screens again if that's okay. I know, Balkis, you'll need to show yours in a second. Let me just go to Zoom on my phone. Switch. It's a little bit slow. Might not like it. Sorry. Maybe I'm not going to be able to show you. It's not going across. On the screen, what I was going to show you is that for the first little bit, the time doesn't change. So on the time, it won't start counting down until the temperature is met in the bowl. So until the caramelization temperature is reached, it'll stay and wait till that's reached. And then once it hits the temperature it needs to be, it'll then start counting down. So that's why it stays sitting here at 4 minutes until that's hot enough. Now you can see here, for those who've only had their Thermomix for a little while, I can see lots of TM6s in there and a few TM5s. These little red things go red to tell me that my silver bowl, my stainless steel bowl, is hot. So don't touch your bowl when that goes red. All right, now, Balkis, I know you've got your oil hot now, so you want to be putting something into your Thermomix, don't you?
Yeah. I want to put prawn.
Over to you.
You mute, Balkis. You unmute yourself.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So after the oil already hot, so we put the prawn, the unpeeled one. But before that, for the trick and tips, marinate the sugar for 1 hour or 2 hours before we start the cooking. And then after before we want to put the prawn inside the bowl, we must wash the sugar first. So for today I choose tiger prawn. For cook, because we want to use the high temperature, so we put the splash guard on the lid. Okay, the high temperature only can use the function through the cookie dough. So if you don't renew the cookie dough, so you cannot use the high temperature. So it will take 4 minutes for the to cook. So I will pass to Aisha or Hannah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Balkis. You want to say something, Hannah? Yeah?
Yeah, I just plated up. Okay, so I just plated my, oh, that's the wrong way. Oh, it's steaming. You can't see it properly. Hang on, let me just wipe the camera. There you go. So that beautiful colour of my turmeric chicken and vegetables. All beautiful and delicious. And the veggies are crunchy. Let me just get a fork for you for a second. Hang on, and I'll just show you. Like, can you see that? I'm going to go this way now. At me, like when you see the crunch, like it's got delicious, perfectly textured sort of stir-fried veggies, excuse me. Okay, let me switch back. I've got 1 minute and 50 seconds of this sugar stage. Sorry, so it's counting down now over here. I'm at 1 minute and 37 to go. Now with this main meal that I've just shown you, I would have that with rice, and that's what you said as well, Aisha, didn't you? You'd serve that with rice?
Yes.
Yeah, so I haven't cooked rice tonight because I've already had dinner. I had tacos for dinner tonight. So this will be either tomorrow's lunch or dinner, maybe both. So I will pop this in the fridge for tonight and have it tomorrow. It will probably lose a little bit of the crunch going in the fridge overnight, but I find they're still pretty delicious anyway. So that's what that will do. And you can see, you know, the chicken's beautiful, turmeric-y and delicious. There's a question there in the chat, Aisha.
Yes, absolutely. You can replace it with any protein chicken, beef, or even squid. But the time might vary a little bit. So yeah.
Yeah. So with mine, I saw Lucy's popped in the chat. So quick and easy. Like I think that's got to be one of the fastest things I've ever cooked in my Thermomix. And clean eating. You know, you've only got turmeric, salt, veggies, and chicken in there. Like I don't think you can get much cleaner than that. So it's something I'm very excited about. That's something I can't say through the week. I didn't have time to make a good lunch, so I had a Vegemite sandwich.
Yeah, it's a complete dish. It has the protein, it has the veg. It's clean, as you say.
Now, I'm going to bring you.
I'm not sure if we can hear you, Hannah, if you're speaking. Maybe
I've muted myself on the way. The next step is to put our almonds in, and you want to do this pretty quickly because we've been making like a, what do you call it? Gosh, a sugary thing. So I'm putting the almonds in, and you'll hear the change. It'll start off going around, so it's mixing the almonds in with the sugary stuff. So it's like caramelized, made sort of caramel stuff. This was amazing for me today when I made this the first time because I thought, I'm going to have to set it out here and it's going to make a mess. Sorry about my messy sink in the background. Just going to grab my, my sink's not too bad actually. And so you can hear it starting to slow down in there because that sugar is setting on the almonds as it stirs. So it only goes for 30 seconds. All done. And we tip those almonds out onto anything, any surface you prefer. You want to get them out of your bowl. That one's stuck to the side. There we go. So your bowl will look like that. You sit that back on, hit next, transfer those to a plate. Then you're going to pop a litre of water in. So, sorry, you can't really see my face at the moment. With any sugar stage, you want to clean your bowl quickly so that the sugar and water doesn't make your blades basically set solid. You have a specific cleaning mode on your TM6 to clean up after a sugar mode. And I'm going to show you that in a second. So we've got water in and we've got a little bit of vinegar in. And hit next. Mixing bowl lid goes on. And the third one down, dough, universal, fat or caramel or browning. So we're going to go to fat or caramel. And that is going to get the bowl sorted for you. And then what I'm going to do here is show you these. Actually, I'm going to show you the ones I made today. So this is what they come out looking like out of your Thermomix. Like so. These ones are a little bit stuck together, but that's okay. I'll chip them apart later. But let me show you the ones I made earlier. Oh, I'm so excited. This jar is going to be full tonight and empty tomorrow, I reckon. So simple. Candied almond. They would be a fantastic gift. Like you can make a jar like this. Is actually a jar I've used for Christmas gifts before. It's got a little snowflake on it. But fantastic gift. So simple. 4 minutes or a bit more than 4 minutes. Probably 6 minutes really in total. And these are delicious and crunchy and sugary goodness. So
we'll need the link for that one, Hannah.
I will add that one to the chat now. Thank you. I'm very excited about these. And if you aren't a sweet tooth, there are so many recipes on Cookie-Doo for flavoured nuts and things if you like as well. So please please consider, what else could you make at home to make the nuts that you eat every day more appetizing and things like that. All right. I'm going to hand back over to you, Aisha. I can see you've plated up your beautiful dish.
Yeah, my nasi lemak is ready. So this is how I'll let it stay there. So that's how it looks. That's how you serve it. Some people like to have the sambal on top. So whichever it is, and we can add a lot more to it. So what I'm just gonna add a little bit more is this toasted peanuts and deep fried anchovies. Again, anchovies. This is to complete the dish, just to the side like that. And I cook this in Thermomix as well. super easy because it used the high temperature mode, just like we're using Hannah and Balkis used today. Simply search crispy anchovies, it'll come out, and super easy to make. Just leave it in the Thermomix and it's all done. Because I never had it correctly. If I cook it on the stove, it's either undercooked or burnt. So with Thermomix, I'm safe from that. So let's go to Balkis for a bit. Are you done with the prawn, Balkis?
Yep.
Now the gravy.
Okay. So after it's already cooked, it look like this, and then you must set aside. Now for time for the onion, garlic, onion, ginger, one chili, but I don't put because I want to share with my daughter, so she cannot eat spicy. And dry shrimp. This one, you must soak first to make it soften.
So that's dry shrimp.
Yeah. Now we want to blend. One of the function that I like in the Thermomix is I can blend and cook in the same bowl. I don't need to wash for another blender, so it's save my time and it's make my job is more easier. So after that, you put some more oil. This one to soak the onion and all the spice. One lemongrass, only the white part. One tablespoon of curry powder. One stalk of curry leaf. Now we want to soak for 6 minutes. So I will pass to Aisha or Hannah, or already done.
So that's going to be cooking for 6 minutes. And the next step would be adding the prawn back into the mixture, right? Yeah. So 6 minutes. So as you can, as you can see, these are the traditional Malaysian dish that it's made easy cook Thermomix made cook easier, make those things cooked easier with Thermomix. There's plenty more that I would love to share, but these are the highlights that I think the thing that the one that Hannah showed is something that you can cook. I think I cook it almost every other day if I'm running out of idea to cook. It's just something that I just chuck everything in Thermomix. With nasi lemak, it's usually for my family, it's more like a special dish, special cook on a special occasion kind of thing, because it's a bit heavy with the fat and the sambal, but I hope it's not surprising if I say it's actually a Malay daily breakfast. So and because how simple it is, sometimes it's not served with any protein at all. It's just the rice and the sambal, because traditionally the nasi lemak is cooked for the farmer, for those people who work very hard in a farm. So protein is something that is scarce, that were scarce in those days. So rice or nasi is something that we have every day, but nasi lemak is to add more fat to it, to give you more extra energy to start your day, for a long labor day, throughout that it will sustain you throughout the day, so-called. But nowadays, of course, we can't have this every day, otherwise you ended up, you can, so long that you have a very labored day, I suppose.
An active day, yeah.
Active day, yeah.
Well, I've loved making the two dishes I picked. And so when I was searching for the dishes, because I wanted to make sure I chose traditional ones rather than just the ones we've found on Cookie Do that, sometimes have a different, a modernized take on them, I suppose. And Aisha said, just type in Malaysian, and that came up with so many things. And then it became really hard to pick which ones I wanted. So I added the rest of them into my weekly meal plan to just figure out when I'm going to try some. If you come across ingredients that are a little bit like not familiar to you, my biggest suggestion would be that your local Asian grocer will have pretty much everything that you're looking for. So one of the things, like rock sugar is really popular, or palm sugar, that one?
Palm sugar, yeah.
Yep, so that's quite a popular one that I saw. The pandan leaves that Aisha said, you can get them from greengrocers as well, depending on what your greengrocer is like. Coles and Woolies, not so much, I don't think, but then the Asian grocer again would have those. And lots of the recipes have in the tips where you can get things from as well. So just make sure you read the tips of the recipe so it helps you to find what you need as well. And you can reach out to us if you'd like, and we can help you as well.
Yeah, I'm happy to share my expertise. Yeah. Are you ready, Balkis, or is still a couple more minutes to go?
I still have 1 minute 30 seconds.
Okay.
Does anyone have any questions?
Yeah, any questions? I'm just going to show to you the rest of the rice. So I actually I didn't follow the recipe, I just half the ingredient, and it's still quite a lot, as you can see. Yeah, so this is most of it, and this is the rest of the sambal. It tastes, it depends on what type of chili you're using as well. Sometimes it can be very hot, but the one that I have here is just a mild one. And because we add sugar and the tamarind paste just now, it basically balance out the spice and the hotness of the sambal. So it's not really very high heat at all. I hope you understand what I mean. It's not really hot. And another tip is that if sometimes I call for tamarind paste, if you don't have it at home, you can simply swap it with anything that has that soury flavor. So maybe tomato sauce will do, or lemon. Yeah, but tamarind has tamarind paste specifically helps it give it the color and the thickness that we're looking for.
Like
But
richness.
yes, yeah. But if you don't have it, you can simply replace it with tomato or tomato sauce. Yeah.
And tamarind is something that is readily available in Coles and Woolies it's called the Asian section, isn't it? At Coles and Woolworths, or the international, sometimes they call it section.
International, yeah.
I want to show, so I showed you before my dirty bowl after the sugar, and there was stuff all in the bowl. Look how beautiful and clean it is now. I'm not going to tip water onto my screen, onto my computer, but it's I could cook again in that now. It's so clean. So if you haven't used your mode, which is your pre-clean mode in your TM6, make sure you're doing that to make sure you get your bowls nice and clean. And this bowl won't need it yet, but because I've still got food in it, so I won't do that yet. But definitely make sure you're using that high heat. Yeah, Balkis's one is up in the chat. Oh, you popped it in there.
Yeah, so it's Kamhyong prawn, or literally translate as golden fragrance prawn.
I'm going to pop the link in there again, just so it's there.
Yeah.
Oh, you did it anyway. Sorry, I was too slow.
That's fine. Off to you, Balkis. You ready?
Okay, so after it's already salt, so we put back the prawn before a beautiful color. And then put 1 tablespoon of light soy sauce. This one.
Aisha, do you know the difference between light soy, dark soy, and normal soy?
I don't, but I think light soy is more like a bit salty, whereas dark soy is more on the sweet side of it, I think.
And usually the light soy is more watery and the dark one is more thick.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And then put 1 teaspoon of sugar. But I don't like, sometimes I don't like it's too sweet, so I just put half of sugar.
The sugar acts as a flavour enhancer, doesn't it? So it helps to bring out the flavour in the dish. So that's
just
part.
Half.
Oh, and the dark soy will add more colour. Thanks, Tracy.
And then we put back the lid. And then we cook for 2 minutes. So I go back to Aisha or Hannah.
Let's interview Balkis. What else have you cooked? She just recently received been experimenting with her Thermomix. So let's ask her what's your top favorite so far that you've tried?
Favorite dishes?
Yeah.
I don't know, since I like all the dishes I cook. But maybe I like the most is masala squid. I think maybe that one.
Masala squid. I'll share the link here as well. Yeah, that's a good one. It's very simple to cook as well.
Has anyone else here got a favourite dish they do in their Thermomix, whether it's Malaysian or not? Both Aisha and Balkis, I'm sure, would love to hear your suggestions on what they could cook next. Like Aisha said, Balkis has only had how long have you had your Thermomix now?
I got this Thermomix before, I think maybe 2 months.
2 months ago. Yep. There we go. We've got paprika chicken there from Lisa. Thanks, Lisa. That's a popular one, that one.
Yeah, I love that one as well.
Um,
Easy to make.
So it's spicy, is it? The paprika chicken is spicy?
no, the paprika adds a little bit of depth of flavour, but not super spicy.
Okay.
My kids will tell you it's spicy. That's just what they do, but it doesn't have chili in it as such. It's only got the paprika. So
Yeah.
brown rice and salad, nice.
Yeah. Very healthy.
Yeah.
So all done.
Oh, good. Catherine's also got now vegetable or pumpkin soup. Skinny mix is not butter chicken. Yum.
Now.
Oh, look at all the things. Crispy Korean tofu.
Oh, I should try this. Oh, crispy Korean chicken. Yeah. Show it to us, Balkis. Done.
So Balkis is done.
Yeah, I will show you.
She will do the plating. Oh, crispy Korean tofu. That's a very very creative way of doing it. Switch with the chicken, yeah. Chunky bolognese.
I don't know how to.
All the time, yeah.
We have that one, but Tennille, 2 out of the 3 of our kids love that chunky bolognese. Oh, that looks delicious.
And then like some before I change the prawn to the chicken, and then the chicken I will fry in air fryer first.
Right.
Tracy's got a really interesting one in the chat there.
I don't know how to pronounce that. Kuruma irai chuchi coconut roti. I'll look it up.
It's a Sri Lankan dish. It looks like, yeah, it looks delicious.
Sri Lankan. Okay.
You had me at roti, I tell you. Roti is delicious.
Oh, it is. Oh, let's try this.
Thanks, Tracy.
Thank you, Tracy.
All right, where are we up to now, Aisha?
I think we're done. Right on the dot. I think we've. So if we can bring our dish together.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait.
We'll wait for Balkis to plate.
Oh yeah, of course.
Feel free to add anything in the chat but while we're here, and yeah, I really enjoy cooking with you guys.
Mine looks delicious. Mine's so colourful, isn't it? Like I'm like, oh
yeah, yes, and it's so easy to make. Hey, Anna.
yeah, absolutely. And so with mine, you've got the rice and the sambal there. Could you have a little bit of sambal with this as well?
Absolutely, we have sambal with everything.
Yeah. I feel like I would have exactly what you've got there, maybe without the egg for this, and then have this with it, and it'd be delicious.
Sometimes with nasi lemak, now that it has more option, you can add anything. Essentially, you can add fried chicken, you can add, I don't know, barbecue squid, barbecue prawn.
Yeah.
You know, what Hannah have there is perfectly matched with this as well. So
all right, there we go. I'm going to take a photo of that. 1, 2.
Come closer, Balkis. Your face. You're not in the photo, but
and there's a question in the chat there asking what Malaysian desserts you might recommend, Aisha. Well, I recommend these candied almonds. I mean, they're not a dessert, I suppose, but by the time I've had as many as I've had today, they might be classified as that.
With dessert, where do I start? On cookie dough, they have plenty. So
maybe you can use the gula melaka, the cupcake.
Yeah, palm sugar. So we Malaysian love our palm sugar. So there are a lot of palm sugar based dessert. It has cupcake base. There's also like agar-agar, a jelly palm sugar. That's nice as well. Easy to make as well.
There's some rice ones as well, aren't there? Like some sticky rice type ones.
Oh yes.
Only because I saw those today. I nearly did one of those tonight. There were quite a lot of sticky rice things, and for that again you need a glutinous rice. Sometimes you can get that from Coles, but you'll definitely get it from the Asian grocer, so you can absolutely do that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find some of the ones that I saw today. I kept seeing this one actually. It's the Nyonya blue pea flour huat kui. I don't think I said that very well.
Yeah, huat kui is it's like fluffy muffin, would
Yeah.
call it like that, fluffy cupcake sort of, and it comes with different version of flavor. So with that, it's I assume it's bluish.
Yeah, you need blue flour, bunga telang flour.
Bunga telang, yeah. So it produces the blue color.
Yeah.
It comes with like palm sugar as well, palm sugar huat kui.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Pandan, we love pandan as well, so we have a lot of pandan flavored dish. Yeah. Oh, that's good, Erica. Yeah, a lot of Asian. We can simply find anything on Asian grocery. Oh, you have palm sugar there, Hannah.
Yeah. So for those who haven't seen palm sugar before, this is what it looks like. So it comes in a big. This is quite a big packet, and it had 2 big rolls in it. So that's sort of what it looked like where I got it from. And it's very hard. So you need to cut it up usually to put it into your Thermomix. Just using a big knife on a chopping board. Is that how you do it, Aisha? Because that's how I did it. I'm like, I don't know if it's a special treat.
Yeah. And so long as usually you're gonna cook it anyway, so the heat will melt it anyway. So you don't have to really finely chop it. It's just so that it's manageable with the blade. Oh yeah. Hannah can share that link, the blue huat kui. Yeah, I think we have ours is intersect with Singaporean, so it's southeast, I guess. Dish Singapore. Yeah. I think it's actually essentially coming from Chinese Nyonya Singapore with Malaysia. So yeah.
Ah, there you go. Excellent.
Well, that link doesn't look like it came through properly.
No, it only gave you the.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't have the link yet.
I don't know why. I might just try and send it. Asha, are you on your phone? Have you got your phone connected, or is it not connected?
I'm using my laptop here. I'll find it.
How weird.
Okay, so that is.
Thank you. While you're doing that, thank you everybody for joining us tonight. I'll let Aisha do the final wrap up as well, but I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit more about Malaysian cuisine. If you want to hear or learn anything else, please let your person who invited you know. I will send an email thanking you for coming, and I'll add the links to the recipes we did in there as well. So yeah, if you want to learn anything more, please let us know, and we'll make sure we try and include that in our next cooking class. So thank you again, Aisha and Balkis, for the things you've cooked and shared with us tonight. A wealth of knowledge, both of you. So it's been fantastic. And Balkis, you've only just come on board as a consultant, so you're already here demonstrating. So that's fantastic. If anyone else is interested in coming on board, please let us know as well. But Aisha, over to you to give us a quick wrap up. And again, thank you very much.
Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. I start with some feeling of nervous, being anxious of myself. But having the conversation in the chat and having you, Hannah and Balkis, here with me,